How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Talking Wolves and welcome back to another match preview as Wolves will be preparing to take on Arsenal this weekend at Molineux, a game that could be huge going into the rest of the season. 6 games to go and it is all to play for. Wolves and the Champions League. How crazy does that sound in the same sentence? I'm going to be giving my thoughts ahead of the game. We'll be getting the Arsenal perspective as well, and always I'd love to see your thoughts as well. So let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already as well. Well, it's 3 games since the restart, and Wolves are the only team in the Premier League to have won all 3 matches. And what a start it has been for Wolves, beating 3 teams in West Ham, Bournemouth and Aston Villa. 3 teams that really on paper we should be beating, and the fact that Wolves have gone and beat them is another thing. I think this time last year we would have really struggled in those games. We know that Wolves, when coming up to the Premier League last year, tended to perform against the bigger guys, but we dropped points against the likes of your Huddersfields and so on. So last week, or the last couple of weeks, it's been great to see Wolves grab 3 points and grab 3 clean sheets in particular in all of those games. And it really gives us as fans that little bit of hope going into the rest of the season. Our fixtures now are very, very difficult. We play 6 teams that are in decent positions and could still be chasing European football. We kick off with Arsenal. We then go on to face Everton and Sheffield United as well. 2 teams in okay form. But the fact that teams in and around us since the restart have been dropping points has given Wolves fans, that little bit of hope, and that, I think, dreaming is for free. We can do this. Wolves fans know we can do this. And this is what folks want, the club want. And I think we're really going to be gearing up for a special ending to the season. I did a couple of clips for a few channels as the restart, was kicking off. And I said, let's make history. And the fact that Wolves, it looks like we are going to make history. It's unbelievable, really. So we're going to be playing up against Arsenal today. Arsenal, just before the restart, were right behind us. I think they had a game in hand. If they had won that game in hand, they would have been level on points with us. But now them, Spurs, Sheffield United, and in particular Leicester and Chelsea are starting to drop points. And that means Manchester United and Wolves have moved a lot closer to the top 4 now. And before we were talking about 5th place, I think if Manchester City are banned from the Champions League, Wolves have got a massive chance of Champions League football this year. Of course, we do have to face off against Arsenal, who have just come off the back of a huge victory as well. They're having their fitness issues themselves since the restart. They've lost Leno, the goalkeeper. So in goal has been the ex-Wolves goalkeeper, Emi Martinez, as well. But I think with the issue with Arsenal, they blow hot and cold a lot. We are unbeaten in our last 3 games against Arsenal. 2 draws, which were both away from home, and then we beat them quite comfortably at Molineux last season. So it's going to be really interesting to see which Arsenal turn up on Saturday. I think that is the key thing for Mikel Arteta and his side. Aubameyang on his day is so good. He's so difficult to defend against. And then you got the likes of obviously Nicolas Pepe and Lacazette as well. The young Saka as well comes into his own at times. And I think they do have, those spells of young, hungry players like Eddie Nketiah as well. If they turn up Arsenal, they have got some seriously dangerous players. But I think one of their main downfalls is their defence. We have all seen David Luiz struggle over the first week or so of the lockdown. Recently, I think he signed a new contract, or he's set to sign a new contract, which, much to the amusement of most of the football fans. But yeah, there's definitely quality in Arsenal. You can't rule that out of them. But I think Wolves, with how strong we've been and how strong we know we are, I think we are better than Arsenal at the moment. We're on better form. I think our squad harmony is a lot better. We're a lot more comfortable at the moment, and that's why I'm really hoping that we could turn up on Saturday and see how we can see what we can do in this game. So I'm going to quickly head over to Claude. You guys may recognise him off AFTV. He sent me in his thoughts ahead of Arsenal's trip to Molineux.
Hello to my friends at Talking Wolves, and this is my what I feel will happen in the big game on Saturday. I really feel that Arsenal are starting to pick up a little bit of form, but let's face it, they've only played 3 really poor sides. So now they come up against a big test, and that's your side, Wolves on Saturday afternoon. And I'm quite looking forward to it because this should be a really good game. It'll be a different look on the game from Arteta's point of view. He'll have to change. Will he change his tactics for Wolves? That remains to be seen. at the moment, our record against Wolves is not very good. I think the last time we played beat you was in 2012. I think that was 3-0. That was 2012, and since then it's been 2 draws and an outstanding win for you last season. I think you've got top players there, Iota, forgive me if I don't pronounce the names properly, Jimenez, and you've got a top class defender in Connor Cody. And this should be a really tough game for Arsenal, although they've got a bit of confidence now, so we'll go up there with a little bit more confidence. And I'm hoping we can come away with a result. But Wolves are doing fantastic this season, and they're not up in the top 6 by accident. They are there because they deserve to be there. So I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday. I'm looking forward to watching it in a studio, I'm afraid, but I wish I was at Molineux watching it, but unfortunately circumstances say we can't go there. All the best to all the boys at Talking Wolves. Hope to see you all soon. Take care. Enjoy the game. Let the best team win. That's all I can say. Thank you.
As I say, big thanks to Claude. You can make sure you go and check him out in the comment section, in the description, down below. His links are there. And big thanks to him for sending that in. Now, in terms of Wolves, how do we line up? We've played in 2 different systems since the restart that have been pretty successful, in the 3-5-2 and the 3-4-3. And I think the 3-4-3 tends to be that little bit more successful when we are chasing the goal and when we are chasing something from the game. However, the 3-5-2 worked almost to perfection against Aston Villa. We saw Leander Dendoncker come in and he really helped shore up the middle of the park. Actually went and got the winning goal against Villa. And I've got a feeling Wolves are going to play the same way. I've got a feeling we are going to play 3-5-2 again. However, Diogo Jota, he's been out of sorts, hasn't he, the first 3 games. Will Nuno give him the nod again? As I said I think it was my review of the last game, it's almost a bit of a cliche. Once he gets that goal, I think we all know we might see the best of Diogo Jota for the remaining 5 or 6 games of the season. And hopefully going into the Europa League football, obviously, in August. But do we start Adama Traore? He seems to have matured a little bit. He seems to mentally starting to understand the game and understand where he needs to be a little bit more. And he actually did feature up front against Aston Villa for a short while. So could we see Nuno take that punt? Pedro Neto as well is pretty comfortable as a striker. We've seen him play there as well. So there, again, another positive headache for Nuno going into this game about who can play where and where is he going to play the players. But as I say, I'm pretty sure, I think he'll play a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2, you like. And I think Leander Dendoncker, especially after his performance and how well he played, I think Arsenal in midfield, that's where the game could be won and lost. And hopefully our defence has another quiet game. Willy Bolly and Connor Cody remain safe. Patricio as well. They've had very little to do, but what they've had to do, they've done with ease. So it will be a very, very interesting game. Again, I'm not going to put a score prediction on it, guys, because I've not put a score prediction on the first 3 games, and fingers crossed, so far so good. But genuinely now, Wolves, 2 points behind Chelsea, 3 points behind Leicester. We're in a serious shout against making some more history and getting Champions League football, which, for a fan of my age, and I'm sure a fan of ages many above me and younger, it's the first time we've ever quite seen anything like this, and it's still an unbelievable feeling. I said on the most recent Talking Wolves podcast, I can only imagine the sort of players Wolves will be looking to bring in if Champions League football comes to Molineux next season, and how unbelievable would it be to have fans back at the Golden Palace next year and listening to that Champions League anthem. It would be unbelievable. But even qualifying for Europa League, I think that would be an unbelievable achievement still for the club, especially with us being in European football this year. The club wanted to solidify ourselves as a European team, and after 2 years it seems like we've done that, and I think the club will still carry on spending and still carry on bolstering the squad. But yeah, fantastic feeling, and fingers crossed Wolves can do the business up against Arsenal, a team that, of course, have just come off the back of a good win, but you never quite know when the Gunners are going to turn up. Fingers crossed we can see Wolves on Saturday evening pick up another 3 points. I'll be back with my thoughts and the fan reaction after the game on Saturday evening. Be sure to hit the like button down below, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all very, very soon.